What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on this channel. I think this is the first time I'm doing a touring review on a scooter. So I believe this scooter actually separately needs a touring review because this is a maxi scooter. This is meant for touring. So let's get into the video. So first of all, let's see how the comfort is. So in my opinion, the comfort is really good. Since it is a scooter, you have an upright riding posture for your upper body, and the lower body actually you have good leg space. But only thing is, like, if you would like to go for touring, then I believe that you can have an extended foot peg or something like that to keep your leg like this, especially if you are a tall guy. Otherwise you won't be having any problem. By the way, I have taken this scooter for a 100-kilometer ride on one stretch. I haven't stopped it anywhere, so I didn't feel any back pain or knee pain or anything, and even the scooter was also comfortable. So in my opinion, the comfort is really good. The seating comfort especially is very nice. You really don't feel like sitting over a plank piece and all. Definitely, generally that's what it happens when it comes to scooters. The seat won't be that nicely designed and all, but on this one the seat is really good. And yeah, of course there is no refinement issue and all. It's a scooter, it's not that a high revving engine. You can easily go. Only one thing is you'll get some wind blast issue because the handlebar actually feels a little lower. That's how it is there on every other scooter. So one thing what you can do is, like, you can remove this small visor and put a taller windscreen so that you can comfortably tour on the scooter. And as per me, actually you can cruise at a speed of 80 to 100. That's actually a really nice speed considering that it's a scooter. It's not a motorcycle, so it's a scooter, and you can comfortably cruise at a speed of 100 km/h. But as I said, you need a taller windscreen because you'll be facing a lot of wind blast. This scooter can do 115 and all, but going in 115 is not that great for engine. 80 to 100 will be a very nice speed. And to talk about the luggage carrying capacity, there you have a little problem when you compare with other motorcycles actually. Of course, just like any other scooter, you don't have any space over here. What you can max do is you can keep a small bag over here, like a tank bag, those kind of a thing, and you can have a saddlebag setup behind, and the underseat space is actually good. Let me just stop here and we'll talk. So the underseat space is actually good. You can keep a lot of stuff here, and you can add saddlebag setup as well, but tying will be a little difficult because this is one place which I see where you can tie your saddlebags. Otherwise the grab rail is here, so there is no proper grab rail setup, so carrying a lot of luggage will be a little difficult. And if you want to actually tour with your pillion, that is also possible on the scooter. The seating comfort of the pillion is also very nice. But yes, of course, when you have pillion, you need to carry more luggage, and also that you have to sort out somehow. And you'll be getting a mileage of somewhere like 45 to 50 on highways, and the tank range is 5.5. so that is kind of a decent tank range, again considering that it's a scooter. But if you look from a motorcycle point of view, that tank range is not that great. You might have to carry some additional fuel somehow. And if you ask me how long I can tour on the scooter, personally I feel I'll be able to do something like 300 to 400 in a day, which is not at all a bad figure. And if you ask me how stable it is on highways and all, what I'll say is that it's very stable. It has bigger wheels. The scooter is not affected by crosswinds. It is slightly heavy, and that helps a lot. And the braking confidence is good, the suspension confidence is good, the feedback from the suspension is good. So it's rock solid on highway. There is no way that you'll be washed out from the highway because of crosswinds and all. Not at all like the regular scooters. So yes, this has its own pros and cons when it comes to touring. But in my opinion, a decent scooter for touring if you wanted a carefree touring. The problem with the motorcycle is, like, first of all, chain maintenance and those things. And second thing is, like, if the highway is congested, then you have to shift a lot. So on the scooter there is nothing. You just accelerate, it will go. So if I have to pick this scooter for touring, what I'll do is bigger windscreen. I'll keep my tank back here. I'll tie my saddlebags there. That's it. I'm good to go for touring. So that's it with this quick video on the touring review of the Yamaha Aerox 150Y. I hope you like this video, and as always, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.